Alright, so last night, Fallout Episode 5 dropped some major revelations, including a twist that Walton Goggins himself said blew his mind while reading the script. So let's break down all the highlights. We're talking full spoilers in this one, so you have been warned. And instead of a scene-by-scene breakdown, we're just going to be talking about some of the highlights from this episode. For a full recap, check out Janelle's amazing episode on nerdinitiative.com. Alright, let's get into it. So we open this episode where the last one left off, and there's not one, there's not two, there's three Deathclaws out in the city. Lucy and the ghoul enter the town of Freeside, and the ghoul goes to drink his troubles away, and Lucy tries to get some Addictol to get over all the drugs, which was pretty hilarious in the first part. Now, one thing I loved in this episode was how it kind of intercut things going on with the ghoul in the current day and then the flashbacks with him and his wife and the mission he's supposed to go on to kill Mr. Howard. Man, Walton Goggins is doing so much here, even with all the prosthetic. It's just like a really well done episode, and it makes him even more of like a cowboy. Now, I love seeing Vegas in this retro futuristic style. We can see how all these major companies have their hands in everything and are kind of dictating things. We see Cooper Howard's pose with a thumbs up and how probably he feels ashamed. We see how the politicians are kind of getting tossed around, and it doesn't even matter, even if they're trying to do the right things. But in the hotel, we see that Cooper Howard is being asked up, like a lot of the internet predicted, to go meet the real Mr. House. Played expertly by Justin Theroux. I love that there's a shell person who's been acting as him for 10 years, but that he's been behind the scenes manipulating everything. And this scene was just really incredible. It was like two legends bouncing back off of each other and the machinations and plans he has because he's predicted the end of the world. Meanwhile, Lucy is coming to grips with, is she still a good person, and has the wasteland changed her? She ends up shooting that guy who killed the original shop owner. He was trying to steal some things, and the whole self-image of herself seems to be falling apart. One of my favorite parts about this episode is the snake oil salesman back. Absolutely hilarious, between getting attacked by rat roaches, trying to sleep with a robot, just being an absolute menace, but then Hank knocks him out and uses the chip experiment on him. Also, Norm and the Buds team go to a Vault-Tec operation. They're just so out of touch. They're just complaining about the dirt in an apocalypse, but this girl perfectly calls out Norm and realizes he's not who he says he is, which leads to another person attacking him. As I mentioned at the top of the video, the scene that Walton Goggins was probably talking about was this one. It's where he betrays Lucy, realizing that his wife and daughter are probably in the vault that Hank's at, and that this is what he's been after for hundreds of years. Just a really well done scene, and it flips around with her just punching him out of the window. I was pretty shocking. It all ends with Hank back in the picture, reuniting with his daughter, which she's been after all season. And where it goes from here, I have no idea, but it was an incredible episode, one of my favorites. Did you like this episode as much as I did? Let us know what you think, and thank you for checking out this video here at Nerd Initiative. All right, aloha.